Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the Ultra Street Fighter 2 Violent Ken figure from Jada Toys. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, this figure looks fantastic, and it's a lot of stuff we've seen before, but just done really well, and some nice improvements. So first off, we actually have Ryu's gi here being used because of the ripped sleeves and the ripped, pant sleeves. Not only that, but we do get a whole bunch of airbrushing going on here, not just on the musculature, but we also the gi itself. You can see some of that highlighting going on. Really kind of nice amount of depth. Speaking of that, or of the gi itself, this shade of red is perfect, I think. I have the original Ken here, and one of my complaints, or not complaints, but one of my minor gripes here was that the red just looked too subdued. There's kind of I don't know, you can really see it here where this is kind of, I don't know, it's down a notch. This feels like the punched up red I was really hoping for that we would get with this Ken. But beyond that, I mean, it's the exact same sculpt. You can even see that face is the same, just we get, that airbrushing, we get the eyes whited out, we get the, bright white hair, the much paler skin tone. So some really cool stuff going on there. And again, just a figure we have seen before in a new colorway, which actually feels like they put a lot more work into it, especially with all those touches on the gi. But beyond that, just, fantastic looking figure. We get a killer loadout of accessories here, so let's jump right in, starting with hands. Just like the original release, we do get a pair of fists right out of the box. Then we get a pair of Hadouken hands, again with that shading going on. So great attention to detail. We get 3 different head sculpts as opposed to 2. So again, we get that kind of smiling face that we saw before. Again, the default head on the original release. We get another version of the gridded teeth, which I think was the alternate head that came with the original Ken. The hair is a little bit darker here, is a little bit more of a yellow wash over it, as you can see, or dry brush rather. And then we get a new head, which is a screaming one, and we got the hair kind of more messed up, and just really great head sculpt. I think this is my favorite of the 3. Nice intensity on the face as well. This is really cool stuff. Big fan of that. Then, because of that screaming face, we do get some effects here. So of course we get the Hadouken. Actually, I'm sure there's probably a different name for this one. It's in magenta because it's Violent Ken. Again, I love that they sculpt the hands actually into it itself, just like it looks in the game. Obviously, you don't see it from the side the way you do in the game, but still really cool attention to detail. And then we get the Shoryuken effect. Very, very nice. Again, more of that magenta shade than as opposed to kind of a fiery look. Very, very solid too. Not solid so it's pliable, but it's a hefty piece of plastic. This is definitely not a cheap effect. So very happy about that. And actually for that Hadouken, we do get a stand just like we've gotten with the previous figures. Finally, because this is a con exclusive, what they've been doing is adding stage effect pieces, and for Ken's stage, obviously we get the oil drums done beautifully. This really nice shade of copper with the slight shading here around the bands, pretty much just everything it needs to be. And then we have the broken one, and really cool just work here. I mean, just the way it's bent is perfect. It looks just like it does in the game. And really cool beat up drum. And it obviously, if you want a standard stage setup, you'd want both of the not broken ones, but you got to work with what you got. And it's just still amazing that they are putting these with this. Just a really, really cool touch. So that will do it for accessories. Articulation balance here are positively beautiful, just as they've been the whole line. And again, we've seen this buck for a while. That just fell over. But I mean, again, this one actually had a little more trouble with, even though it's the same body type. I'm not sure what it is. Might be the particular tensity in the ankles here, but overall still very, very good. Then for the head, we are on our dumbbell joint for the neck into the head, and then the neck being a separate piece on a ball joint. We are running into the gi with that hair, even though, as you can see, it's very pliable. Oh, there you go. We can get some up. As long as you move it around, you can figure it out. We get some nice down. We get tons of tilt. We get rotation. Again, just everywhere we would want to go. A company that does that barbell right, just fantastic. We get butterfly joints from about this far back, about this far forward. You can see they're just hidden by the gi there. Hinge and swivel at the arms, coming out to a perfect T. You get bicep swivel. double jointed elbows coming to here. We get swivel and hinge at the wrists, all horizontal. We get a ball joint at the diaphragm, ball joint at the waist. So we get all the crunch, even with the gi there. We get tons of arch back. Of course, we get some side to side, and we get rotation there as well. As you can see, rotation coming from there. We get the hips come out, full splits, positively beautiful, front kick, perfect 90, all without drop downs as well. Again, just well sculpted and engineered. We get thigh swivel, double jointed knees, folding completely in half. Then we get rotation at the ankle, kind of, or just above the ankle rather. Perfect point, fantastic forward, and tons of rocker. So that will do it for articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here is with some other Jada Street Fighter. With some domestics. With some imports. With some monsters. Finally, with Articulate Icons Oni and yours truly in human form as a Valverse Action Force figure. So my final thoughts on the Ultra Street Fighter 2 Violent Ken figure from Jada Toys is that this figure kicks ass. Again, we've seen this many times before, or like a few times before. We knew we were going to get many repaints of Ryu, Ken, and once Akuma comes in, we'll probably get a lot of that. Again, it's just, it's kind of the bread and butter of this line. And, it's welcome because it's so good. And yeah, again, I definitely consider this a step up from the original Ken release. Just a little bit more love went into the paint here. Obviously the accessories are utterly fantastic, and that is due to it being con exclusive. So, again, to be expected. And that, having said that, this being a con exclusive, it is sold out as of both me recording this and certainly when it goes up. So your best luck is going to be secondary market. I wish you the best of luck there. Or if you're just here because you're an inbox collector and curious about what the finer workings of the figure are, then I hope I sated that curiosity. But regardless, I'm just happy you're here, and I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining. And if you did, hope to see you back. But really, at the end of the day, I just hope you're well. Hope that all of your toy dreams come true, and most importantly, I hope that you and yours stay weird, simians.